Hey, Mistwood Publishing fans, it's me, SR Mowry. Welcome back to the book club. And this week, I wanted to go over just 2 pages worth of story to buy myself a little bit more time to get things ready for the big reveal that will be happening at the end of the book club. So this last journal I'm going to read word for word and hopefully kind of expand upon it a little bit. Here we go. Winter ends for now. We journey south through Talor on our way to the immortal forest to return Vidar. Is has been defeated. He will not be showing his hideous face for decades to come, and when he does, we will be ready. That is why I must abandon our quest to return Vidar. I'm certain Ruth will see it through to the end. Let him and the others receive the glory for this adventure. He was our leader, and he deserves the rewards afforded to that position. I already have received mine in Talia. I must journey south to Verdurn and seek the lost weapons of judgment, Forlos, as Grohl instructed me to in the Oasis, which for those of you that have read the Silver Mist, it's the same Oasis Elion was in. My promise to Kent also remains paramount, so I must also seek out the Knight of Order Meldelons and find a cure for my friend. New warriors must learn to wield the weapons of judgment if we are going to have a chance against Is and Bjorn, if the way for Ekon and Dorlene is to be paved. I pray that Talia will join me. Something tells me she will. I will cherish the many adventures that we might share. Linod, Nelid, and Ragni have pledged to avenge Boflin's tragedy and return to the Twin Mountains after Vidar is restored. I pray they see success, though it pains me to say goodbye. As I look back to the start of my journey, I am astonished at all that has transpired. I am part of the grand story. Gesu has answered my prayers and has bigger plans yet to show me, though I know now that this destiny comes at great cost. The cost of freedom and the cost of glory is high, but the cost to serve my God is higher. And yet, I find that it is a worthwhile endeavor. I remember my grandfather telling me the story of Neris that cold night in his small cabin long ago. Seeing her redeemed as she was proved the loss to be a bittersweet one. Oh, okay, now I see it. Seeing her redeemed as she was proved the loss to be a bittersweet one, and the memory of her sacrifice is more valuable to me than all the glory in the world. But nothing has made all the hardship of this year more worthwhile than Talia. She is my world. She is everything to me, for Talia saved me from the darkness of this world. Talia is what I reach for. She is what I see when I look up beyond the veil of stars. Narbad Strongheart. So, once again, that kind of sets up the next book, but also kind of reminds you of where Narbad was at the beginning of this. When we first meet Narbad, he's talking to his father, and, they're kind of talking about, well, what would freedom look like? Is it worth the cost? And Narbad's scared. And, he thinks he wants to be free, but then he's thinking about it, and his dad convinces him, well, maybe the cost is too high, and then, the battle is imminent, and Narbad is wondering, will I ever be free, and is the sacrifice worth it? By the end of the book, he's gone from being this naive orc who has a very black and white view of the world, who thinks that violence is the only way to freedom, and to a certain extent, in some instances, he's not wrong. And but in part one, it's shown that their path of violence actually made things worse. But it also opened the opportunity for freedom. But there was a cost. It cost lots of orcs their lives. It cost his mother his life. It cost his father life in prison, so far as Narbad knows. But it also cost him, it gave him the opportunity to be free and to meet Tally and all of these things. And so we go from this guy with this very black and white point of view where his perspective gets shattered by, how it ends in part 1. And then in part 2, his faith is renewed in the glimmering pool, but he still has a very black and white view of right and wrong. He is a Boy Scout. And in part 3, we kind of see him live out that faith and it become a little bit less black and white. By the end of the book, Narbad is wiser. He understands that the world is not black and white. He understands that Gesu is real and that mercy and grace are virtues that are worth pursuing, even in people that seem irredeemable. And I just feel like this book really captures a beautiful journey with this character. And I hope that you are curious to see where he goes in the next book. Because in the next book, he's the leader. And all of the decisions that he makes have consequences. And so what is really introduced here of him weighing consequences and rewards continues in the next book, but in the role of leadership. And when you're a leader, everything's your fault. When you're a leader, the decisions you make have very real consequences to people that you care about. And so Narbad's journey is not done. Narbad at no point will be a static character. So hopefully that wraps up Narbad's journey for this book in a pleasant and satisfying way for you. And hopefully you are eager for more in Saga 2. Next week I will do the Epilogue, which is the last part of the book. So that will be the final book club. Although there will be a special announcement at the end of that video, so stay tuned for that. Peace out, and thank you so much for following me throughout this entire journey. Peace out.